Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I feel like I'm spitting in y'all face. Okay, I'm a little hungry. Y'all hear my stomach growling? Anyways, we're going to try to hurry up and get through this so I can put something in my body, okay? I think I want a little Jason's Deli, a little tuna sandwich with some chips and a little cup of soup. Don't that sound good? Oh, that's what I think I'm going to get. Okay, so listen, we just going to talk. We're just going to talk. Bose and her man Keely. Is it Keely or Kelly? Keely. Girl, Keely is fine. I went to Keely's Instagram page. Keely has a nice body. He's handsome. Girl, Bose says that he's successful. Baby, that man is fine. Yes. Mm. So they go on a little picnic on the beach, and they're in a long distance relationship. He lives in San Diego. She lives in Los Angeles. Now y'all know Bose is my girl. She gonna forever be my girl. But when I tell you, we have to be honest. When that wind was, girl, when Bose's wig, oh, I just wanted to just pull her down, just get her, just tug her just a little bit. Girl, I wanted her to get some safety pins, like get a braid. I don't know, probably braid it down and have it so it won't be flying. But girl, that wig was flying back, and you could just see all her edges. I said, "Oh, mama." You know what I'm saying? I don't think she was. I don't think she was. I don't think she was expecting strong winds for the day. But other than that, Bose is still our girl. Um, she basically says that he's consistent, and when he says he's going to call, he'll call. Let me tell a quick story. Y'all know I talk a lot on my channel. I'm like Dorit. I'm like the black Dorit. Okay, we long winded. So I remember in college. I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. In college, I had a friend, and we had to be probably 20, 21 maybe. We were young, and she was dating this guy, and the guy said that he was going to call her. And I think this was about the second time where he missed calling her when he said he was going to call her. And she stopped talking to him. And I was like, why? And she was like, because he's already shown me he's not consistent. You tell me you're going to call me and you don't call, I'm basically waiting for your phone call. And then when I bring it up to you, it's, oh, I forgot. Oh, something came up. And she was like, no. Because what if a friend would have asked me, hey, you want to do so and so? Well, girl, give me a couple of minutes because, so and so is going to call. We're going to talk for a few minutes. But you're not even calling. So now I'm basically either arranging my schedule around this phone call, okay? And you don't even keep up your end of the bargain. And when I thought about it, I was like, that makes so much sense. He's already showing, even with phone calls, he's not consistent. So you got to go. And I was like, oh. So when Boss said that basically he's consistent when he says he's going to call, he'll call, I thought about the story from my friend in college. Wait, Bose. It's Bose, like Rose. That's what I got to say. Bose. Um, Girl, we're just going to talk. We're not going to go in any particular order. Let's talk about Erica Jane. Erica Jane is basically decorating her home. And she called this man who clearly is out of her price range. Clearly, she cannot afford, because if that man is the interior designer for people like Khloe Kardashian, Cher, who else did she say? She said Khloe Kardashian, Cher, Pink, girl, rich white women. Girl, what is you doing? Girl, I knew Erica didn't have no money for that man when he said, girl, even though you don't have $1 billion budget, we're going to make sure you have $1 billion look. So Erica is calling this man over there to come to this place that she's renting to redo the place. Now I know you can take furniture with you. That's not a big deal. But girl, when he started looking at the ceiling and looking at like I think that was a light, I'm like, girl, so he's gonna be doing all of that. Like I never understood. It's one thing for you to throw a little paint on the walls, right? You know, people paint walls and rentals all the time. That's not a big deal. You know, buy a couple of cans of paint. You do what you do. It's one thing to buy furniture, pictures, things that you can take with you. But when you start trying to change out light fixtures and all that stuff, that's when you start to lose me. Because Erica, that's not Erica's home. That's a rental. So I was kind of confused on when he started looking at the ceiling and looking at these fixtures. Girl, y'all about to do that type of changing to this rental place? And you know who made a good observation about where Erica lives? Shout out to Andrew Gabor. Andrew Gabor was saying one day, and I was like, girl, does she? And I think it's the truth. Erica lives in the back of somebody's house. Girl, I never clocked that T. But when you look at Erica's home, when you look at her doors, I feel like Erica does live in the back of somebody's home. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, right? But that's not like a main house. That's a guest house that she lives in. And remember when they first showed it, they said she was paying $10,000? When she first moved over there, they said that Erica was paying $10,000. I feel, you know what I feel also? I feel like Andrew Gabor was right when he said that. And I also feel like she might be staying there for free. Like somebody's, not necessarily free, but she's not paying no $10,000. I can see wherever she's staying, that's probably someone who she knows, who's trying to help her get on her feet. And she might throw him a couple of thousand of them, whomever, a couple thousand of dollars a month, you know, just for the rent. But I don't think she spent no $10,000 a month in rent like they tried to say when she first moved over there. I think it would be dope for Erica to live in a condo. You know, I think every single person should live in a condo. Um, I think it would be dope. I think Kyle needs to move to a condo, especially when Portia graduates from college or high school. I think she needs to move to a condo. I think Erica needs to move to a condo. Girl, y'all are single women in LA. Girl, move to a condo. I think it would be so fab. I really do. I could see Erica moving into like a two, make one of the rooms into a glam room. Erica don't have no kid. I mean, she got a grown son, but you know what I'm trying to say. Erica doesn't have any, you know, teenage kids. Erica's by herself. Get a two, make one into a glam room, and girl, live your best single life in a cute little high rise. I feel like Kyle should do the same thing, but that's just me. Cal's not going to want to live in that big ass house by herself when Portia moves out, when Portia goes to college, especially if she moves out of California. She's already talking about how she's lonely and how it's quiet. Anyways, we just talking. Um, I really don't want to talk about Dorit and Erica Jane because I just want to wrap that up all together at the end. But I guess we can do a little one too. Erica Jane and Dorit, they met up for lunch, and you know, it was really nothing there. Dorit is basically regurgitating the same information she's already spilled before, that PK talks to her in an aggressive way, and basically she serves it back. You know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I want Dorit to give us examples. When you open up that door and say that, girl, you and PK basically over there wearing each other out, girl, I need you to give me an example. And I know she gave like one or two examples when she first said it, like at the beginning of the season, but I feel like those examples were like kind of kid, like, girl, that don't sound like nothing too harsh. Girl, I'm gonna need you to say, I'm gonna need Dorit to come out and say some shit like, yeah, we got into it and I told him that's why your dick be soft because you're drinking all that shit. Now I want her to say some shit. Now that I would be like, oh girl, y'all really do be going to girl, y'all really do be cutting to the white meat. Um anyways. They talked about Sutton. They think that Sutton is the opposite of the sisterhood march. That's what I put, and I'm with them. You know, I already said that. Sutton, y'all know Sutton is my girl, but we have to be honest. Sutton is not the person who should be leading the charge for sisterhood in this group. I don't know who it could be, but it definitely can't be Sutton. And we gonna Sutton, we gonna have to tug on your wig a lot, girl, in a little bit. Um, Garcelle goes to her beach home. Shout out to Garcelle. Not to make this, a black thing, but Garcelle being a black woman, owning two homes in California, girl, I like doing the damn thing. Like we've seen Garcelle build two homes while she's been on this show. One thing I don't care if you like Garcelle or not, you cannot take away from the fact that Garcelle has gotten on this platform and restarted her career. Garcelle is doing exactly what you're supposed to do when you get down to Bravo. Girl, Garcelle ain't stopped working since she got on this show. She lives within her means. She's not in debt. She ain't 4 months behind on her mortgage. Hey, Dorit. Hello? She ain't like Erica Jane down here looking at $60,000 pieces of furniture, $6,000 pieces of furniture, knowing damn well she should be at Home Goods. Girl, Marshalls, Ross Dress for Less, Target, IKEA. She ain't over here hiring these designers who, girl, design homes for wealthy ass women like Cher and Khloe Kardashian and Pink. Girl, you don't sit your ass down, Erica Jane. But I guess, girl, I guess that's what we watch the show for, to see these women live in Delulu, right? But anyways, Garcelle goes to see her beach house. Garcelle has I don't like that white refrigerator. I'm not a big fan of white refrigerators. But Garcelle has a nice beach house. Garcelle house looks like it's a beach house. It's a nice home. Like that's like how Ashley house looked on Ashley Darby's house, how it looks on Potomac. That's what Ashley was going for, but Ashley's house looks cheap. Go look at Ashley Darby's decor in her home. She was going for that. She said that she was going for like that beach looky feel, but Ashley, your house looks cheap. Garcelle house don't look cheap. Hello, and it's on the beach. And if that's what you wanted to go for, you could tell Ashley decorated. You could tell Ashley got her shit from Ross Dress for Less. Ashley live in a $3 million house, and the decor is piss poor. That's all I'm trying to say. It's piss poor. You can get pieces from IKEA, Ross, and Home Goods. If you know how to decorate, girl, can look like $1,000,000. Anyways, but girl, girl, I saw kind of going off to left sometimes. Y'all got to keep up over here. Um, Garcelle talks about Oliver, and she told a story about how one time he, when he was on, when he was on that shit, and he came knocking on the door one night, and I guess this was her way of trying to show tough love, where if he did not have access to the people that he loved, he wouldn't have access to the people that he loved until he got cleaned. um I really do, the older that I have gotten, because the way that I think now is not the way I used to think years ago. I was very concrete in my belief of people being on drugs. It was a choice. I don't care. Girl, get out of my face. I don't care what you say. And that's not true. Now I realize with my age, and just, that's not true. And I also believe, I mean, it's a choice to do it, and some people it's a choice. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. I think that no one wants to be an addict. I think that people try things and they think it may be a 1 or 2 time thing. And then for some people, they actually get hooked. There are some people, who like to drink alcohol and they may think they can keep it under control. Then they look up and now they're alcoholic. There are people out there who probably thought they could do a bump or two just because they're at a party. And then you look up, girl, now they standing on the corner, girl, shaking a cup, girl, shang-a-lang-a-lang, can I have 50 cents? Like it just, and I also, especially for parents who have kids who are addicted to drugs, you know, I think some parents are trifling as hell. but I do believe, I want to believe, that most parents want the best for their kids. And I just think it's a hard situation to be in for a parent to have a child that's addicted to drugs. I do. And I don't think there's a, I just don't know. I could see how anyone could just be in just a up headspace. Like, what do you do? Do you try to show tough love and tell your kid that they won't have access to the family, or do you kind of like, okay, girl, let him in this one time, right? And then you look up and it's like a merry-go-round. So I thought about, I just thought it was a sad situation, just like with Mary. Girl, I want to say, I'm gonna leave it alone though, because Mary ain't got nothing to do with this. All I'm gonna say is this, and I'm gonna be done with it. The same understanding that we gave Mary is the same understanding you should give Garcelle. And I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it just that. I'm gonna leave it right at that. Um, Bose goes to see Dorit. Let me ask y'all a question. I make fun. When I didn't start watching Beverly Hills like that until season 10. Um, and I remember when I first started watching, I was like, "Oh, who is this lady? Like, who's this lady Dorit? She must be." I thought she was from like Australia, London, somewhere. I heard like an accent, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was. And then plus her husband, right, is I think he's from the UK, right? Anyways, PK. So is and then people were telling me that Dorit was from like Alabama, Connecticut, Ohio, some shit like that. I was like, oh girl, this fake ass bitch. On here, girls. Talking about okay. Anyway, but what are Dorit's parents? The father sounds like he could be German or something. I was like, oh, there's something going on. I was like, okay. Anyways, y'all let me know what's going on with Dorit parents, because I don't know. She's basically talking to Bose. They're in the backyard. And it's so funny because Bose is so dramatic, girl. Dorit was basically saying they went to what is it called? Therapy, a counseling session. And she said that PK basically was on 100, and this is why I want a divorce. that was Bose. Every time Dorit would say something, girl, Bose would be dramatic. Okay. Um, Bose brings up the party. She says she wants to know basically why did Kyle invite Camille, being that Camille, and Dorit got into. I mean, Dorit got into it. Y'all know Kyle. Girl, we're going to call it for what it is. Listen, Camille was on the show season 1, so Camille is gonna pop in and pop out. But I also think too that Kyle does. It's always a timing for me. It's always a timing for me that when Kyle is going through something with someone, the person who she invites onto the show, whether like it was what was her name? Anna Marie, girl, Santa Anna Marie. Remember she came on beefing with Sutton, right? And I feel like that was because of Kyle. We bring Camille back. I think it's because Kyle is inviting, Camille on, and now she's beefing with Dorit. I do feel like Kyle does bring on the girls to beef with the people who she's going against in the moment. I do. Um, and then she also basically tells Dorit that what what's her name? Sutton did was low. Basically, like she said, her feelings were hurt because of what Sutton did when she weaponized the information that she had against Dorit. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Girl, so they're about to go out. Erica Jane has a new single coming out. Excuse me. It's Pride Week or Pride Month or Pride. It's a Pride event happening at the Viper. I think it was the Viper Room. I thought. Anyways, they're at some club. Jennifer Tilly goes over to Sutton's home. Babe, when I tell I screamed when Jennifer Tilly walked into Sutton's home and she came around the corner and she was like, "Hey," she said something like, "Hey, big aggressive dog," and then the dog started barking. Bitch. When Jennifer Tilly started tipping back around that corner running, I was screaming. Sutton basically says, Sutton, girl, Sutton. Ugh. Sutton basically says that she asks, she wants to know, is Dorit saying something to Bose to make her not like me? Girl, I said, oh, girl, just a dramatic white woman. Sutton, why would you assume because Bose basically called you out that automatically equates to her not liking you? Just because you don't agree with somebody or just because you call somebody out on their shit does not mean that they dislike you. How do we go from Bo's just saying, girl, you can't be weaponizing what Dorit said to now you automatically thinking that, girl, she don't like you? You know what? I said, okay, son. Um, they're all at the club. Bose comes in and she has on these big bracelets. Bose is fire as hell. These big gold chunky bracelets. Well, it wasn't really chunky. Was it chunky? Is that considered chunky? Anyways, they're these big bracelets on her hands, and I think one of them got caught in her coat. I can't remember. And Jennifer Tilly made a joke about them being weapons. And then Sutton, of course, hopped on it real quick and was like, are you weaponizing? I said, Sutton is a mess. Sutton and Bose have a conversation. Sutton pulls Bose to the side and she says she doesn't like the word, she doesn't like the word weaponize. I don't give a damn what you like. Girl, that's the word. And that's exactly what you did, Sutton, in that moment. It's kind of like, remember, I forgot what word it was, and a lot of us were like, "Oh, girl, Crystal." Remember when Crystal? Oh, I think she said that Sutton violated her, and I think a lot of us, including me, and even some of the girls in the group, were like, "Violate, girl." Like that was like a strong. We feel like that was the wrong word and a strong word for what Sutton did when she kind of like walked into her room. But the truth of the matter is, girl, Sutton did violate her space. Like that's just what it was. You might like the word, but that's what you did. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think in this moment, no matter if you like the word or not, Sutton, that's what you did. I'm glad that Bose stood in her shit, bitch. When Bose told her, um, first of all, Sutton told her, "You speak so eloquently." Girl, I'm not trying to go down this road, but all I'm gonna say is this: you act like she's some hood bitch, girl, straight up out the hood. Girl, this woman is as accomplished as this woman is. Why would you not think? You think this woman is as accomplished as she is, and she's some gutter snipe, girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, Sutton. Um, and then Bose told her, "You basically you do too." And that makes you and that what makes me think you're dangerous. I said, I said, "Come on, Miss Bose." She basically says that Sutton's slip is showing, and either she's the Lulu or she's mean and calculated. Can we talk? Can we just talk for a quick second? I think that when it comes to Sutton, I think that Sutton realizes that she's a fan favorite. That's one. I think Sutton within this group, I think Sutton thinks that she's better than most of the women in the group. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think it's a reason why Sutton doesn't mind addressing certain women and certain women she wants, aka Kathy Hilton. I think Sutton is basically on some how dare you speak to me that way, Bose? How dare you speak to me like that, Dorit? How dare you speak to me like that, Kyle? Right? How dare you speak to me like that? Whomever it is, I think she would have the same energy for all of them except for Kathy Hilton, because that's who she's really afraid of. That's who she really respects. Because in the grand scheme of things, when this show is all over, said and done, Kathy still holds the key to the parties. They have already said it. They know it. That's what it is. So I think that for For Sutton, I think that in a way, she can be oh girl. Some of y'all told me the real tea too. Remember when I told y'all? I have to correct myself. Remember when when Jennifer Tilly said what she said about Sutton being vicious or violent, volatile, something like that. I forgot the word she used, and I was like, I don't think Jennifer Tilly would say that shit on TV about her friend. Bitch, yes, she did. Because from what the people told me, I don't know, but it's too many people who said it. I believe it. In the after show, they said Jennifer Tilly used another. They talked about it, and Jennifer Tilly basically doubled down and said, "Bitch, you are." I said, "Oh." So that kind of made me respect Jennifer Tilly a little bit more, believe it or not, because in my head, Jennifer Tilly is not the one to kiss Sutton's ass. Sutton needs somebody like Sutton who is rich, because in my head, money is power, right? Money is respect. When you have money, people tend to kind of move a certain way, especially if you're the one with the money. You can get some stuff done. People kind of sometimes won't hold you accountable. So I think it's actually kind of dope that Jennifer is calling it for what it is. Girl, you are violent with your words sometimes. And I'm gonna double down on them in your face. Girl, you my sister, but girl, we gonna be for real though. I was like, oh. Anyways, so yeah, Jennifer Tilly did say that that wasn't no editing, because I was saying that I thought it was editing, and Jennifer Tilly probably said that about somebody else, and they just put it in to make it seem as though she was talking about Sutton. No, she was talking about Sutton. I said, oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, I think that Sutton is kind of like mean and calculated in a way. I do, and I think that Sutton does look at these women as like, how dare you speak to me that way because I'm Sutton Strack. But you're not gonna keep that same energy with Kathy Hilton when she was calling your ass a peeping Tom. Hello. Anyways, um, can I say something about okay, girl, Dorit and what's her face, Kyle. Dorit and Kyle are both full of shit. I do believe that Dorit is making a mountain out of a molehill. I do. Now it's a lot of stuff that I want to say, so just keep up as best as you can. Under any under any other circumstance, I would believe that most people, as the women said, would not be okay with you texting their husband, especially after a divorce. Bitch, what are you doing? I do believe that in a lot of divorces, separation, you do have to choose a side, especially if it's not a good divorce. I do believe most people will have a problem with it. The women at the table was like, no, girl. The problem that I have with this is that I don't think that Dorit has an issue with it. I think Dorit is putting on for TV. It is what it is. I think that Cal told Mauricio when Mauricio came over that that she had been texting PK. Do y'all not remember Cal saying that? This is nothing new. I do believe that Cal was being messy AF when she told Garcelle that, yeah, PK text me. See, Kyle, she's a sneaky something too. Okay, because can we just have some real talk? Shout out to Andrew Gabor. If you tell someone that someone's husband is texting you, or text, or y'all texting each other, right? But I don't think that's the way that Kyle. I think Kyle said, "Yeah, PK text me." Most people, antennas are gonna go up and be like, "Bitch, what?" The way she delivered that information to Garcelle was messy. That's why Garcelle went to Sutton and said, "Girl, you know PKB texting Kyle," because of the way that Kyle delivered it. You see what I'm saying? Even though it's not that big of a deal, because even your husband know you be texting PK. Even Dorit knows that you and PK text each other, whether it's memes or whatever. It doesn't take away from the fact that y'all text each other. That's why I know it's not that big of a deal, because this is nothing new. They've been texting each other. They've been in communication. Dorit know that Cal ain't doing no goddamn PK, and PK ain't doing no goddamn Cal. Y'all are too open about what they're doing with both of your spouses for me to believe that at this point now all of a sudden it's an issue. It ain't been an issue this long. Why is it an issue now? Y'all get where I'm going with this? So now Dorit brings up that girl, he's acting erratic and maybe you have some information for me that could help me out with PK. And she like, girl, we really don't talk like that, girl. We talk is just kind of like about memes and stuff. I could see possibly them talking about, you know, being sober, even though I don't recall this, correct me if I'm wrong, even though Kyle was not an alcoholic. I think Kyle just wanted to stop drinking to kind of just get some clarity over what was happening in her life. I don't think it was due to alcoholism. PK, from what Dorit told us, he tosses back the bottle. You know what I'm saying? But I think they could probably have conversations about that, about what at the beginning stages, like what type of clarity did you get? Did it help? Blah blah blah. But I really don't see Kyle and PK having too much of an in-depth conversation about Dorit and PK separation. I thought that Kyle was full of shit when she said, PK hasn't told me anything about you guys not getting along. I think that was a weird statement to make. Let me know what y'all think. I put, bitch, they're separated. Sure. Who the fuck who separates if they're doing okay? You separate because you're probably not getting along. Girl, do we have to spell it out for you? And then Dorit said, I told you guys that things are not good. Again, I would assume they're not good being that y'all are separated. She's Garcelle asks a question. Can I say something? I don't care what y'all say. I know some of y'all about to get mad. I think it's so comical how now all of a sudden, girl, you have Sutton joining in on the conversation. You have Erica Jane joining in on the conversation. You had Bose joining in on the conversation. But girl, and nobody says anything, I don't see y'all dragging none of them online. But when Garcelle joined in the conversation, again, this is literally the same scenario. You have Cal and Dorit going back and forth like they did when they were in Oceanside. Garcelle asked a question, or she made a statement, and y'all dragged Garcelle but didn't drag Sutton. Now Sutton makes a statement, Erica Jane makes a statement, Bose makes a statement, but y'all don't drag nobody. That's what I be saying, girl. Y'all don't be consistent in what y'all do. Y'all just want to be mad just to be mad. This is literally the same scenario. You got the same people getting into an argument again. Girl, at a table in front of the group, everybody's joining in, but yet and still, the only person y'all dragged the last time was Garcelle, but I don't see y'all dragging nobody else at this table online. Girl, y'all don't be consistent. Anyways, so Garcelle asks a question like, what is he doing or something like that. And then she says, PK cuts off all communication. And then she was like, when you have two small children, you kind of have to stay in communication, which I do believe. I think it's one thing for Dorit to want for them to talk every day about them. That's another thing. I do think it kind of becomes complicated because even though I do agree with PK. The girl, if we're separated, we can't be talking on the phone every day. That defeats the whole purpose of us trying to figure out what I want to do, what you want to do, right? Girl, if we're gonna talk on the phone every day 5 times a day, we might as well just get back together. But I think where the problem comes in is that they do have two small children. And I could see how they would need to talk every day pertaining about the kids. Is it would that be too much? I don't know. I don't have children. I I was trying to put myself in their shoes, and I was like, okay, if I had two small children, 9 and 8, 10 and 9, like for me, I don't have to directly call my sister. I can just call Tatum's iPad, Sloan's iPad. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about my nieces. Sorry, I have 3 nieces. I said 3. Girl, I have 3 nieces. But sometimes if they don't answer, I'll just call my sister like, hey, I was calling Tatum and Sloan, but then I answer on the phone. Anyways, so like A part of me feels like, but those are just my nieces though. What he need to talk, does the line of communication need to be open every day because they have kids? And I would assume that you would want to talk to your kids every day, even if it was just say, hey, how you doing? What's going on with school? How was your day in school? How was, practice at baseball, softball, ballerina practice, whatever, ballet practice, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, and then Sutton says, you can't shield the children forever. And then Dorit says, that's a pretty strong statement. And I put, it's not, though. That's not a strong statement. Okay. Now, maybe Sutton should have said it like y'all told Garcelle, because at this point, the only thing that Sutton is doing is causing division at the table. She's not trying to help the situation, just like Erica Jane wasn't trying to help the situation. Go, we're going to just call it for what it is. But it's not a strong statement, but that's a true statement, and that's a true statement for Dorit and PK, because now this is where the thing where it gets a little iffy for me. It was one thing when they said that he was not going to. What did they say? They said that he wasn't going to. They weren't going to tell the kids that they were separated. And I was like, okay, that's not that big of a deal, because girl, PK don't be at the house anyways. He always traveling for work. So even if he just kind of popped in and possibly like stayed in one of the other rooms or something like that, the kids probably wouldn't really like know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they would. I guess if they wake up, I don't know. But I just didn't feel like it was that big of a deal because he's barely there anyways. The problem came into me, and why you can't keep it from the kids forever is because now y'all saying that PK is getting an apartment. He's getting an apartment. I'm sure that at some point PK gonna be like, girl, just bring the kids over here. I doubt PK is gonna be wanting to just keep traveling back and forth when you can just bring the kids to the apartment. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's where it's like, okay, girl, now that takes us to a whole nother level, because now there are two addresses. If those kids go over to PK's apartment, they're gonna know something is going on. The kids are not stupid. Why does daddy have an apartment? They're like 9 and 10 or 9 and 8, old enough to know that daddy's not living in the house anymore. Hello? They're going to have questions. I know for a fact if that was my nieces, listen, my nieces, they ain't no scientist, okay? Girl, but girl, my nieces are smart and they are aware. And they're more aware than what I thought that they were. Girl, I never told y'all this. Girl, I got to answer. Girl, I was talking to my nieces the other day. And girl, long story short, girl, Tatum, my niece who's 9, girl, she know what a lesbian is. I said, girl, how do you know what a lesbian is? She said, because we talk about it in school. I said, lesbians? Girl, I was so shocked. I gotta tell my sister that, girl. Anyways, so yeah, these kids really know what be going on in the world. Okay, you don't know, girl. Hello. Anyways, what did I put? We had this convo. Oh, and then basically, Sutton. Let me just get Sutton out of the way. I put Sutton is full of shit. The sisterhood is bullshit. And then Sutton starts to say that we're not friends. Sutton, this goes against what you said. Sutton, you were the one. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Sutton was the one who wanted to do this whole put your hands in the middle of the table and girl, this is sisterhood, and just because someone has an issue with you or just because someone calls you out, that doesn't mean that you can't be friends afterwards. Sutton, Dorit is calling you out whether or not you agree with it. Dorit is calling you out on what you said, but the gag is Dorit is right. You did pull this stunt about, oh, you can lean on me. And if you need help, blah, 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 let me know. Just for you to turn around and weaponize the conversation of what you knew about her. It's not you're not mad at me, you're mad at your life. The only reason why you will say that is because you know stuff about her life. You see what I'm saying? That actually is weaponizing what people told you in that moment, or the information that you know. So how the hell am I supposed to want to lean on you and call on you, but when you get mad at me, girl, you throw in my face that, girl, you just mad at your life, you're not mad at me. But you're the one who wants to be the leader of the sisterhood movement. And you're the one who said, again, correct me if I'm wrong. You're the one who said that basically, girl, just because we get into an argument or a disagreement doesn't mean that we have to stop being friends. But here you go, girl, basically telling Dorit, girl, we not friends. We can just be cordial. We can just be cordial. We not friends. But you just said that wasn't, that you shouldn't be able to, you just said something different the other day, son. Am I making, girl, listen, I watch a lot of reality TV. Sometimes I get these shows mixed up. I'm almost sure I'm right about what Sutton did. Girl, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. Sutton, you full of shit. I said from the get-go, Sutton is not the one who should be doing this movement. Girl, I don't know who it should be. Maybe Bose, but probably not even Bose because Bose is new to the group. But it damn sure shouldn't be Sutton. Sutton does not like to be called out on her fuck shit. And when she gets called out, she gets upset. That's another reason why you know that Sutton probably is around a lot of people who are yes men and yes women to Sutton. I can almost guarantee you. The people who hang around Sutton, they probably say yes all the time out of fear because Sutton has the money. Probably her employees, like that boy who worked for her, the man, James, whatever. I bet you James probably walking with pins and needles with Sutton. He keeps it real cute. But when people actually stand up to Sutton and call Sutton out on her bullshit, girl, she spazzes out. Her and Cal start arguing again after Sutton and Dorit. She says, "I'm done." Cal's what Cal says. And then Dorit says, "You need to be very clear because I need clarity." She's like, okay. Kyle is a kiki to me. And then she told Dorit, you need to quit so being effing bitter, baby. And then she said, bitter? Oh, and then she said, I'm asking you not to speak or your veins are popping out of your forehead. And then she said, I've apologized. I said I will not text him again. What more do you effing want from me? And then she said, I want you to stop effing raising your voice at me. And then she said, you don't get to scream, F you, F you. Girl, I think Dorit is spiraling. Dorit, girl, I call her the big Didi Dondada. Okay, we call Dorit the big D. When I say Dorit is cussing everybody out, I live for an ignorant ass bitch. When I say Dorit is cussing everybody out, okay? Dorit made some points, but the fact of the matter is, Dorit, girl, if I was Kyle, I would have told you, girl, don't you ever try and pull this stunt about me. Basically, you trying to, because what it is, Dorit is trying to paint a picture that that Kyle is being inappropriate with PK, even though everybody knows that PK and Kyle text. It ain't been a problem. Now it's a problem. And I do believe Kyle does not know too much about their divorce, their separation. I get it to a certain degree, but I also don't, because the fact of the matter is, Dorit, you and Kyle were not talking. That's just what it was. The girl didn't even text you when you announced that you were separated. So why would you think that all of a sudden she would start telling you about the conversations that her and PK are having? Like y'all were mad at each other. It's no different than, girl, I hate to bring in other shows, but it's no different than like Candace and Monique. When Candace found out the stunt that Giselle was trying to pull, even though her and Monique were not just like done with each other at the moment, but they were not fooling with each other. So what did Candace do? She went and told Karen, and then Karen went and told what's her name? Told Monique. The fact of the matter is, Dorit and Kyle have not been speaking. I would have cussed Dorit out because girl, you're not gonna try to play in my face about me texting PK no goddamn memes when I've been doing it probably for years. You know I text PK, Mo knows I text PK, Mo knows PK text me. You know Mo knows. You see what I'm saying? That's why I feel like Cal and Dorita both full of shit. But on the flip side, like I said earlier, Cal, the way that you deliver the information was sneaky as hell. You did deliver that tea to Garcelle as if it was some tea. And now you mad. That's another thing too, I forgot to say. Now you mad. That's why Dorit had every right also low-key. They both were making points. Dorit, you're not innocent. Cal, you're not innocent in this moment. Cal, you were being messy the way that you stirred the pot. Dorit, you're being messy too. Acting as if you offended. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? It is what it is, girl. Y'all get the point I'm trying to make. Anyways, I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.